Hello, everyone. Sarah Cruz, certified high performance coach. And today I'm going to talk to you about communication. Communication is so important. Communication is a part of everyone's life every day. Whether you are a CEO of a huge company and you are in charge of speaking with thousands of people on a daily basis, whether you're giving a presentation in a boardroom in front of 10 people, whether you're having lunch with two of your friends, whether you're on the golf course or the basketball court talking to people, or whether you're just sitting on the couch with your family talking about your day. Communication is a part of everyone's life daily. Now, there are many aspects of communication, but today I'm going to talk to you about 5 ways to demonstrate effective communication. Now, it's not the only things that impact your communication skills, but I do think these 5 are really important. And when you think about them, learn them, implement them, your communication skills on a personal and professional level can drastically increase for the better. So, the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the first way to demonstrate effective communication is to listen. Yes, has nothing to do with opening your mouth. It's closing your mouth, sitting back, and listening. Listening is so important. So many times, I'm a talker. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a talker. So I have to be very consciously aware to shut up and to listen. When you're engaging in conversation with someone, you want it to be two-sided. What does everyone want? Everyone wants to feel like they're heard and they're understood. And to have someone feel like they're heard and you understand them, you have to listen. So the next time you're with someone having a conversation, I want you to think about how much you're sitting back and listening to what they have to say. Or even a boardroom, like, are you in charge of a team and you lead meetings? How often do you ask questions and engage with your team members or the people in the meeting before you really give your spiel? Probably not often. A lot of people don't. But effective leadership in that setting is to demonstrate really effective listening skills and to engage with people around you and let them talk and you listen. The second thing I want to talk about is body language and facial expression, okay? So, and yes, this does matter. So if you're sitting there like this and, have you ever been on a date and there just wasn't the vibe and, maybe they were like, they had their arms crossed or like their body language is kind of away from you, like you can feel that and you can sense that somebody is not interested in what you have to say. So when you're talking with someone, be conscious of your body language. Are you open? Are your arms open or are they crossed? Are you facing them? Are you not facing them? Are you smiling at them? Are you looking them in the eye or are you looking off in the other direction? All of that matters and all of that's going to enhance your communication skills. If you face someone, if you have open body language, if you are looking them in the eye, if you are smiling, there are things in your brain called mirror neurons, and they literally make you want to mirror whoever you're looking at. So it's actually a proven fact that, say a business owner or a manager who has to do a lot of letting people go or firing people, it's been proven scientifically that if those people deliver it open and they're smiling and they're positive, even when they're delivering a bad review or telling someone they didn't get the job or telling someone they have to let them go, there's been studies that have been conducted that have proven that people that even are let go, but the person communicating with them was open, they were smiling, they were kind, they have a much better approach to a negative situation than someone who, oh yeah, okay, so here's what we got to do. You didn't get the job. Sorry about that. It's the same message, but the way you deliver it, actually, because of mirror neurons in your brain, that person will receive even a negative message in a more positive way and actually will more effectively deal with it. Now, it obviously works the other way too. So if someone is super positive about something and super excited, if you're excited, they're more likely to be excited. If you're smiling, they're more likely to be smiling. So I want you to think about your facial expressions and your body language when you're communicating. Number 3 tip is your tone and your tact. Now, I know you all know what this means. I have this sassy, condescending side about me, and I don't intentionally mean to come across that way. But sometimes, like when I'm joking, people aren't sure if I'm serious or not. Or maybe I say something like, a little smart remark and it's meant to be a joke, but it sounds like really condescending. And somebody's like, oh, what did she just say? I'm very conscious of that and I don't mean it. And I've gotten a lot better about that over the years. But know about your communication style. Like, I have some girlfriends that are super sassy, and I have friends that like banter back and forth, and that's totally fine. Like, if that's your personality, don't change who you are. But just be aware of how those things are received. So if you're speaking with someone and it's very monotone and you're talking like this, and maybe you're talking about a presentation coming up and you're trying to get excitement in the room, do you think if you talk like this, it's really going to create excitement? No. Now, if I walk in and I'm like, guys, here's what we're going to do. This is the plan. We're going to meet with these people. This is going to be the first topic. My tone and my tact and my delivery is going to help those people get excited. It's going to help that feeling come across versus just, I'm monotone and here's what we're going to do. It makes it a lot easier to have conversation when your energy is going up and down. And it's a lot better communication style to have feelings and emotions behind your message. So be conscious of your tone and your tact. The fourth thing I want to talk about is clarity, okay? When it comes to communication, whether it's personally or professionally, whether it's a conversation with your child, your partner, your spouse, a friend, a family member, or a teammate, a colleague, an employee, a boss, clarity is really important. When you have something to say and you're having a conversation, you want to be short, sweet, and to the point. You want to be concise with what you have to say, and you want to be very clear with your delivery. I know a lot of us, myself included, tend to use a lot of words to describe something really simple. It's very, very common that you kind of go off and you have this little tangent and you talk about something. But when you're having communication, especially when it's something serious with a partner or with a team, you want to be clear. You want to be short, sweet, and to the point, okay? And you want to deliver that in a very concise manner. You don't want room for questions. Well, what did she mean by that? What did he mean by that? Like, okay, try to make it as concise and clear as possible. And it's a really good way to demonstrate effective communication. The fifth thing that I want to share is don't make assumptions. I don't know how many times in my life, like somebody said something to me and maybe I heard their tone and I was like, oh, they meant that to be mean, or they meant that to be this way. Or, maybe I explained something and someone said something to me and I'm thinking in my head, they didn't understand me. Like, no, that's not what I said. Like, they just don't get it. The problem with that is I'm making an assumption in that moment. I'm assuming that they were being judgmental or they were trying to be like snotty about something when actually maybe they weren't. Or I'm assuming that they don't understand me, or I'm assuming that I understand them. So it's really important to not make assumptions. And the best way that you can do this is to ask questions. Ask for clarity. Ask for more information. Use open-ended questions like, how do you feel about the meeting that we just had? Or why do you want to go out to dinner tonight? Or how would you react to, coming home and the dishwasher flood? I don't know. I'm just making this up. But you want to ask open-ended questions. So you want to focus on, what's your opinion about this? Or how do you feel about this? Or could you explain to me a little bit more about this? Like, asking open-ended questions and seeking more information is a really good, effective communication skill. So just to go over those again, the first one is listen. So next time you're talking to someone, even if it's just your partner later or your friend you call later, I want you to be conscious of how much you're listening instead of speaking. The second thing is your body language and facial expressions. The next thing is your tone and tact. How are you delivering it? What's the tone of your voice? Are you engaging? Are you excited about something? Do you sound excited? Are you upset about something? Do you sound upset? Or are you just very monotone and no one can really read any of your emotions? Think about that. Then the next thing is clarity. Like, do you take 20 sentences to explain one thing? Or can you make a conscious effort to be short, sweet, and to the point? And the last thing is don't make assumptions. And that goes either way. Don't make assumptions about the other person, what they're saying, and don't make assumptions about how someone reacts to you or what they say back to you. Ask clarifying questions. Ask, for more information. Ask, how do you feel about this? Why is that important to you? What's your opinion about? Ask questions. So I hope this was helpful for you. Communication, as I said, is a part of every day. And in every interaction that you have with someone, whether it's through an email, a text message, a phone call, and in person, it's all communication. So communication skills are really, really important. So high performers are great communicators, and I want you to be a great communicator, as you should be. So wishing you joy and success always. I will talk to you soon. Bye.